Well, here I am in my office. Um, I'll switch this. My office at Pickler Memorial Library, Truman State University. And this is the eve of my last day as a librarian, research instruction librarian at the library. And I just wanted to do a little video, sort of farewell. So, yeah, there's my office. I mean, it's not as bad as it looks. I've gotten a lot out of here, and I've also thrown a lot of stuff away, recycling stuff right here. That's pretty, it's not full, but I have some books I'm going to donate to our book sale, which will happen in the fall. Some of these I've held on to them for so long. Some are from my sociology master's program years and years ago. I mean, they're some of the most important works when you're in that field of studying sociology. But I don't think I'll go back and reread some of this material, and then some library books or books on library science also, and some I took home. So I didn't have a whole lot of books here in my office. That was my bookshelf over there. So I have kept some books that were that I studied during school, and then I had other books here that were more kind of self-help, some that were on college writing, things like that. So, and this is my last big file drawer that I need to empty. And this is all really related to instruction, whether it was Library 111, the use of information resources, or classes I did as requested by faculty in various subject areas. And let's see here. Instruction. Looking at this one was a French class. I don't even. Well, this must have been when I became a liaison to foreign languages after we had some folks retire. But these are all just different classes for which I did some kind of instruction. There's psychology stuff in here, Psych 466. I think I kept my very, very, very first instruction session I had to do when I came back here to Truman as a librarian. This is boring if anyone's watching it, but this one, Barrow, that was the professor's name, and that's social methodology instruction materials. So it was so interesting because when I came back to this university as a librarian, it had been 16 years since I had graduated from here with my undergrad bachelor's degree in sociology. And I had minors in psychology and music. But anyway, Dr. Barrow was my professor when I was here. He taught social methodology and some other sociology classes, and I was a little afraid of him. He could be kind of tough. And when he found out that I was going to be hired on as a librarian and be a liaison to sociology and some other social science areas, he and a couple other professors that were still here that I had as a student, they each came over at different times to talk to me and welcome me back and stuff like that. And sure enough, Dr. Barrow kind of put me to work right away and wanted me to do a library instruction session for his social methodology class, which he figured I was familiar with it, which I was, but it was just really interesting to go to his class And there I am in the front of the classroom. He's sitting in among the students in the classroom, and I was to present information on finding resources for their social methodology class. And boy, did I try and think of everything I could possibly think of that might help them. And I've kept every note that I used in that instruction session. That was my very first one, and it was Dr. Barrow requesting it, and it's just kind of the irony of it was very interesting. So he's retired well over 10 years ago, probably more like 15, and so has who else came over to see me? Anthropology professor Mike Davis, who has since passed away, and Bob Graber, also a anthropology professor. Anyway, so I'm just trying to kind of document my last couple days here. Tomorrow is my last day. It'll be Thursday, May 30th, 2024. I think I have everything I needed to do as far as retirement application and everything I had to send in to Moser's, and now it's just cleaning out the office. I will have to finish it up tomorrow. It's after 9:00 p.m. I wanted to go out for a little bit this evening with a few librarians, with my boss Janet, who is now director or dean of the library, and also the other two reference librarians, research and instruction librarians, I should say. Our department has kind of shrunk over the years, and I thought, I still want to have our little department have a little time outside the library for a little get-together. So we went to the Dukem and had a bite to eat, and I used to go there more frequently than I do these days, but it's still a nice place to go. It's relaxed. You can get food. It's a bar. There's pool tables and very relaxed environment. And they were all up to going. So we had our little final get together. But the library itself did put a little reception together for me, and that was last week. And that mostly library folks, some who have retired and came back to send me off or to congratulate me. So the woman who hired me, Karen McClaskey, she came to the reception, as did Carol Lockhart and Daisy Rarick. Those were two librarians in this department who retired the same year, 2020, and they stopped by, which was very nice. And I'm just looking at the time here. Okay. And then everyone who was present working that day stopped by, and I got some nice parting gifts, and then some faculty came by, 2 religion faculty. Just great people. Jennifer Jesse, I saw her once last summer, and she had just retired, and I was really hoping we could keep in touch, and we will now. And she stopped by, gave me a big hug. She was just such a kind person. And I did some instruction materials, put some stuff together for a couple of her classes. She taught Christianity and I can't think now what the other classes. And then Derek Dashkey. He also is a religion professor, and I remember meeting him early on. He and I started close to around the same time. Great guy. Anyhow, I don't know why I'm talking so much, but I just kind of wanted to. This is the Bain Reference Suite. Our newest librarian, her office is over there to the right. And this is where we have our copier and some other tools and things. And so this this is stuff I got to get rid of. And here's one of Joe's paintings I had hanging in my office. He painted this from a photo that I took over at our some friends, and